I'm upset, Jason.
Why are you upset now, Colton?
I want to play a new game online, but I don't want to waste any time learning anything in that game or what it does. Why can't more RTS games just let me flounder in the dark?
We could play Total War.
Yeah, let's do it. Welcome to Bottom Tier, everyone. My name is Colton, and we're here to take an exclusive first look at Total War Arena.
Total War Arena is an attempt to breach the esports arena with a Total War game that has nothing to do with politics, treachery, or any of the fun stuff that I love in Total War.
So you know everything that makes Total War Total War.
Right.
This is the ice cream shop root beer float of Total War games, in that it's all the fun of a root beer float without any of the hassle of making it.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
It's the important part to a lot of Total War fans because it's the combat. It's 10 on 10. They slap you into a famous battleground like Thermopylae or Marathon, and you either wipe out the entire enemy team or you capture their base.
It's very simple. Now, it's very straightforward in that way. Now, I actually do want to talk for just a second about the UI that you see here in front of you. This is the main screen, the hub from which you do everything in the game. And as you can see here, you've got my commander, who I've selected. There are a series of commanders. You unlock them by playing the game. I'm playing Leonidas.
I'm going to be playing the new... they recently added in a patch the barbarians, like the Germanic tribes. I'm going to be playing Arminius, the Germanic tribal, I guess, great unifier.
Which you'll be seeing on your screen now. Now, taking a look back at my screen, just a quick go over. This bottom screen here that you see, where you've got my commander and my 3 squadrons of units, which are, I'm running right now my archers, my light hoplites, and my militia hoplites. Those are my 3 squads of dudes that I get for the battle. And then down here in these boxes are where you would keep all your skills. And we'll go more into that as we get into the game, which Jason and I are already partied up. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to replenish my units, and we're going to jump right into a game.
That's one of the things I really don't like. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's a cool concept, but
okay. We should explain what I just did. So I just replenished my units because in battle I lost a bunch of my dudes.
You were completely routed. That's why you had to replenish.
I got steamrolled. And the in-game currency, the silver, which can be converted into gold, which is like the pay currency, like you buy gold with real money. You use silver to buy your upgrades for your units, and you replenish them if you get totally wiped out, which I got my salad tossed in the last game that I played.
I did too, don't feel bad.
Jason, will you go ahead and queue up, queue that you're ready, so we can get queued up?
Absolutely.
Then, all right.
But,
yeah, that's basically what that's for. And the thing that Jason was going to say that he doesn't like about me having just had to do that was...
As you progress the higher tiers, it becomes more and more expensive. I'm between tier 2 and tier 3, but I was reading on the forums that like the tier 4 through 7 people, some of them were paying in upwards of 2,000 gold to refill. And if you don't do enough damage or earn enough points in a battle, you're not going to meet the cost to replenish your units. And it becomes a matter of, do I want to risk getting these points versus if I go into battle and I lose, I might get wiped out again and not be able to afford the replenish.
Right.
Because you only gain, as I believe it's like a modifier based on how much you do, how much you contribute to the team. And it makes people kind of selfish. I watch people just sit on the hilltop and let me run into like 12 units worth of army because they were too scared to get work.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you'll see. I'm sure you'll see in the battle. I did also want to talk a little bit about the progress explanation because you do use silver, and I'm wondering if it'll let me browse the tree. Yeah, I can browse the tree. So,
excellent.
When you've got the silver and you spend it and your gold on buying new units. Jason talked a little bit about tiers. Well, this is the tier system.
You also use XP.
I am a tier 2 Leonidas right now. Which what they do is your tier system is kind of like your commander levels. So I actually have enough experience to level up craftsmen and Ionian archers. As you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and I picked up some Ionian archers, which is an upgrade for it's a tier 2 archer unit, which I would field them, but I'm already queued in a battle and they're massively expensive. So I'm not going to take that risk just yet. And then over here, you can also spend your experience points to purchase gear for your units, which I think is really neat. For a game so focused on mass unit control and micromanagement, being able to outfit your individual dudes or groups of dudes with upgraded equipment to make them better is really cool.
But it's also a requirement. If you want to move through the tiers, and you have to, in order to get good, GIT, GUD, you have to buy that equipment to move yourself up the tier list. And it's also important to note that it's a very World of Tanks style setup. You only get matched with people in your tier.
I swear to God, I've had DeWhopper in every single game that I've played. Like every single game. This motherfucker always happens to be online when I'm online.
There were people on Saturday who all day long when I played. So yeah, I definitely know that feeling. They were just there all the time.
We're going to talk you through this step by step here. We're going to take you through a whole game of
and we're both going to be playing, so it's going to be
and you're going to be seeing our footage side by side. I'll kind of be zooming in and out for poignant things, mostly to steal the spotlight.
I'm probably not because I'm a man. I don't need to zoom in to prove that I'm awesome.
No. I mean showing my footage instead of yours. Like,
oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Now
that makes you a bitch.
This is the first screen you'll see when you play Total War Arenas when you join a game. There are 12 tactical points that you can choose to spawn your units at. I'm going to take 0.6 because
I'm at 0.5.
I am a defensive unit, and they're likely going to try to come through these woods and this big open road here. And the Spartans are very heavy defense, and I'm ready to queue up, so I'm going to tap the play button.
I am as well.
And
I started a little farther afield at 0.5.
Because Jason is going to tap the biggity bitch button for starting out in front of my units. Jason is an assault unit. He's the Grecians, I believe.
No, I'm Germanic.
And he's going to roll right up the poop chute here. As you can see, this area here is the poop chute. And he's gonna roll right through there, and he's going to.
I'm surprised you're not using the squiggly line there. It is.
I was gonna, but then someone drew a ball sack, so like I didn't have to.
Oh my God, this game is so pretty.
It is. It does look very fantastic. Okay, so here now I've spawned at 0.6. The camera's controlled with WASD. I'm gonna give everybody a seizure real quick.
As well as Q and E.
Q and E rotate the angle. Unit selection in this game is really finicky. You can drag and drop to select mass units, but I found that it wasn't always responsive. Like, it still would only let me control one unit at a time.
That's not the case for me. My problem is 2 of my units are always faster than the other because 2 of my units are cavalry and 1 is infantry.
I am going to move my dudes into the forest, and I'm going to ambush people.
Looks like I might move to that canyon. I'm going to try and perch and hide. So if they try to sneak through...
I'm moving my archers...
through here, I'll be ready.
I'm moving my archers up onto the hill over here.
Not a bad idea.
I want them to... If they try to come through this gorge...
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm positioned at.
I want to... They will hug in the shade, is what I'm saying. My bees will blot out the sun, and they will hug in the shade.
Ah, well done. Thanks, Leonidas.
Yep. Here for you, buddy. All right, so there's a lot of mini-map watching, and I'm really glad that I don't have to build units, because that's the thing I'm terrible at in RTS games. I can manage an army, but I cannot... Oh, hey, they're already on our doorstep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm coming back around. Cover is so important in this game, as you can see from my screen. Like, they're running into the woods to make it a little harder to see. You can actually hide in certain types of terrain, like infantry. You can hide them in tall grass. And if they're not engaged, I don't believe you can see them at all. Unless you get within fog of war.
Yeah, and the cool thing, too, that I like about this game, and another cool thing, rather, is that...
I'm going to loop around.
Like a MOBA, your abilities actually have your units have abilities they can use. Which I'm getting my salad tossed, maybe I am. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a lot going on right
you
there.
didn't have to click on specific units just to use, like, unit-specific abilities. Like, I have certain abilities that can only be used by one group.
Yeah. You have to, like, designate what unit's going to use what ability.
Yeah.
I have to go check on my dudes over here and see how we're holding up. We appear to be okay for right now.
Because I have an ability called Momentum. It's one of my favorites so far. It keeps you, as long as you're constantly moving, your speed keeps going up. Yeah. And it looks like I'm about to rout a unit completely. I obliterated them because I'm awesome.
My archers are about to die. And then the rest of the game, once you get in and you get your units managed, it's all combat from there, pretty much.
It's all about positioning.
Yeah, flanking is ultra important. Terrain is important. I'm backing out. I'm getting routed. I'm absolutely
busy giving this guy the business.
I'm taking everybody who will leave, and I'm leaving.
One of my units is getting pummeled.
Oh,
I'm about to flank this guy with my third unit. Whenever the fuck he gets there.
Nope. I got all my dudes are dead except my archer squad. That didn't take long. I'm not super good at this game. I feel like I should open with that.
It's got kind of a high learning curve, I feel.
It does. I can vouch for that.
I am busily chasing this guy out of the woods from our base.
I am busy
trying
to...
losing very hard, though, in true bottom-tier fashion.
This game does not take long to lose, let me tell you. As you can tell from our play
Yeah, someone's already in our base, and as soon as I wipe this unit, I'm moving back to the...
I'm going to try to get my archers in range to do something.
I'm going to move back to our base if I can.
I got pummeled. Hardcore.
Are you still watching the fight?
And the thing I do like is, no. I still have archers alive.
Okay.
Not many, but I still have archers alive. I don't think my archers even have any abilities yet. They see so little combat,
like as you can see, it becomes like terrain. Knowing the terrain and getting like above your enemy or around your enemy.
Or flanking your enemy
so
becomes massively important.
Sneak attacks, anything you can do to catch them off guard. As you can see on my screen, I am chasing someone down, no matter how weak I am, because go big or go home.
Right, and on my screen, actually, on the right side of your screen, you actually can see that Jason, right there, actually that's Jason, just chased the dude right into my archers.
Nice.
And we started lighting them up, bottom tier
I lost one of my units, but I am still in the game. But we're about to
I didn't even
lose.
realize that was you. We lost.
That's actually the second fastest game I've been a part of.
I feel like that hardly took any time at all. We're going to play one more game, and we'll kind of talk a little bit more about some of the features we
that
can
is
talk about in that
a
match.
reason why strategy is so important, I gotta say.
And we had none of it because we're talking to each other on Skype and not paying attention to what people are saying in chat and drawing dicks on the map.
No, we were paying attention, I think.
I did get some silver for that game, though, even though we were defeated.
Yeah, it's because if you contribute, even if you lose, you still get stuff.
I still have to spend all the gold, the silver I won to replenish.
I actually didn't. I still came out positive.
I am going to try to. I have enough XP to upgrade my archers, but I'm
I
going to.
too am gonna look at some upgrades if I can.
I'm gonna upgrade my units to those level 2 archers that I unlocked.
I'm working towards warriors. I almost have it, I think. Oh no, I need 946. I think leader points.
I got them upgraded shirts because I feel
Shirts
like
are
shirts
important. I upgraded my sword and my shield. Now I have big ass shields.
The clothes make the man.
That's true.
I'm told.
You will notice that my army does not wear shirts. Because apparently Germanic warriors thought shirts were for pussies.
Shirts are for
Unless you're a general. Generals wear shirts. As you can now see, I wear a cool metal helmet, a wolf skin.
If you're good to go.
I'm good to go now.
Okay. So
that is why
just
strategy is important and why we didn't have any.
And knowing the terrain is massive. Like, you notice I made a beeline for the forest because forest is great at concealing units. And most units will be almost fully concealed until you get right up on them in the forest. And so what I like to do is if there's a lot of forest around my base, I'll hide my Spartans, which are heavy defense units, and I'll hide them in the forest. And then when people start coming for the base, I'll ambush them in a pincer type fashion and make a wall, and then have my archers, which are usually positioned farther ahead behind the enemy, and the archers will shoot at them, so they have to choose between retreating back through my archers or running headlong into my entire wall.
It's very micromanaging if you want to be successful. It's
a solid... I mean, Jason, you play the Germanic army, which I know next to nothing about.
It's assault scout heavy, so it's like a light attack unit. They have lots of frenzies and berserks and speed steroids, attack buffs. They're not the guys that go crashing headlong into the enemy, even though I do.
Even though the way Jason plays them would lead you to believe otherwise.
You sort of got quiet there for a second.
I said the way that Jason plays them would lead you to believe otherwise.
But it's very, if you can flank with them, they could do a ton of damage. I personally prefer the type of unit Colton is playing. That's how I got my start, was as Leonidas, because I'm very big into the tanky, you can't hurt me style play.
Oh no, they can hurt me. Make no mistake about that.
When I played Leonidas, I shied away from the archers, and I went mostly infantry. I used archers at first because it was really nice to have, but ultimately I wanted all my units to move at the same pace.
Actually, I think this is a good point since Q's taking a little bit longer than I had anticipated. We're going to go ahead and I think we're going to call it right here. But I do want to close on some final thoughts. Just Total War, I like. Total War Arena, I like.
I enjoy it.
But I will tell you, if you plan on playing this game, everything you've heard in this video about us explaining the game as we're playing it is as close as you will get to a tutorial in its current state.
Yeah, it's very vexing that you just have to dive headlong in.
It really expects you to know a whole lot about how the game works out of the gate. It doesn't. They do almost nothing to teach you about the upgrade system.
They do not
or about the combat or terrain or anything. You just kind of pick it up as you go. And it's not rocket surgery. Like, I mean, it's not. If you know what the word flanked means, you're going to be fine. Like, it's just frustrating to me that the least they could do is say, hey, stand in trees if you don't want anybody to see you. Hey, get behind somebody if you want to stab them in the poop shoot.
Stand in the tall grass if you want to pounce out and grook them in the duker.
Yeah, exactly. Aside from that, it's a fantastic, well-put-together game that requires entirely too much of your silver to replenish your units.
It just gets worse.
I'm sure they'll balance that, I'm sure, once this game gets out. This game is in technical alpha right now.
So there's still a long way to go. But it's beautiful
and as you can see,
for being an alpha.
It is, and as you can see on my screen, there's a massive tree, and this is just one army of possible upgrade units and branches and different things you can
I'll
unlock
show it on my side
for
of the
those
screen
units.
too, because mine's considerably different.
And your army is just massive, and you unlock it over time. So obviously, you're going to suck starting out. But it's a fun game. There are a lot of generals, and it's something I definitely think you should give some time to. And that's going to do it for our first look at Total War Arena. And we hope to see you right here next time on Bottom Tier.